All right, and we are
my-
back. All right, we are back. We are streaming. I don't know why it cut out on y'all. I apologize, but me and my friends are here. I'm going to keep an eye on the OBS screen from now on. I thought, you see, this was a thing. Where'd y'all go? Wait.
I'm here.
Oh, we're here. We're streaming. I see us now on
All right,
Facebook.
all
Oh,
right.
I see us.
Still haven't come up on YouTube.
Can I just apologize to all the fans? Look, we are all new. Yes, to the fans. I'm sure. I'm sure there are fans out there. I would be honored if there are fans. But hearing the so we are all learning. We are not good with streaming, you know. But we're still here to provide a talk and entertainment for y'all. So how about we just do a quick round the circle. We could start with Molly, sitting next to me here. Sitting next to me here, right there. She could tell us what were some projects that you were working on, that you were looking forward to post GLAMWAY. I don't know if you have any shows that were coming up, and what are some things that you're working on currently while you're in quarantine, if anything at all. It's okay if you're not working on something. It's okay if you're putting life on hold for a minute.
I'm trying to remember there was stuff.
1 year ago.
Many moons ago, I used to perform in front of a live audience. Okay, yes, I remember now. A group of my friends were working on putting together a book of cartoons. Sean Golden is putting something together, and he's doing all the illustrations. And me and Bergmans and Doug are writing a lot of material. So is Sean. So that's a big thing we're working on. I'm really excited about. We still can do that because internets.
But it's hard when I think we're still not quite over like the little brick wall that that this all happening all at once. To kind of, we got to jump over that big. Okay, this is new life for a while. This is the new normal. And we're going to jump on that other side of that brick wall. I don't know if that's working. I feel like walls are a tricky metaphor to make nowadays. I don't want people to think about our president when I mention a word.
It's more of an invisible tsunami. But
you guys understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
I just like the word wall is kind of canceled a little bit.
But other than that, I've been painting at home. But
That's great.
I forgot about that. I haven't done that in a long time. I used to do that with my creative outlet, and now I'm doing it again. So that's nice.
And you're also a musician, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that too.
But you can't really see it, but I did purchase a drum kit.
Oh, sweet.
Kinda.
Nice.
So when when GLAMWAY the musical is up and running.
That's one thing about this whole situation is there's like hobbies that you're kind of decent at that you're like, oh, I could still play an instrument and I need to entertain myself. So Matt and I actually like jammed for like the first time since he's lived here.
Oh.
It's been almost a year. Like 2 weeks ago, we painted and like we're just doing way more creative things together. So that's been kind of fun.
What does he play?
He plays the drums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You got like a real band.
Yeah. Yeah. Only I could just belt out a tune.
I would
have been doing this thing where we put on one big shirt, and then he plays the neck of the guitar, and I play the strumming of the guitar, and we're a two-headed guitarist.
You see, that could be a 2-hour stream that I would just watch. You could write a whole show about this two-headed being. That's
a project.
That might be added into GLAMWAY the musical. I do keep dropping GLAMWAY the musical because eventually it will happen.
Wow.
That was like one of my big things like before the quarantine. I was like, I'm going to take GLAMWAY on the road and I'm going to write GLAMWAY the musical.
I was always surprised that there wasn't an original song in GLAMWAY.
I mean, they're up here. They're up here. And I know, like, little bits of music theory. And
well, then you'll have to recast my character.
No.
Or not.
We're all gonna...
Or not. We're all going down together.
But yes, I would love for that was kind of like, it is kind of odd seeing like just where my mind was a month ago. Has it been a month since we've performed, or?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, not yet.
It
Almost.
feels like it's. I really took for granted the last show.
Yeah.
To those who are watching, our closing night was technically the second Sunday show that we did. And a majority of the audience was my family.
And my brother.
Yeah, it was a very light house. So my family sat right in the front row. It was my mom, my dad, my uncle's wife, who's not my aunt. Wait, no, my uncle's sister, sorry. My uncle, who I'm not related to by blood, sister. Because she's into weird stuff. She's like, oh, this looks weird. And then my brother, my sister, and my brother-in-law, and Caitlin, your brother, and his loved one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think that was it.
Yeah, there was like maybe 10 people.
Yeah. And then
Steve watched.
Oh, well, that's
yeah.
sweet of it.
So
it was Steve, me, and Adam, and your families.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I have not seen all my family since then. I'm trying to think of if I did see my family since then. I think I might have saw my mom and my brother before quarantine. Yeah, I definitely saw my brother, because...
I really loved that day because you were so nervous, Ellen, the whole day.
I was...
And I remember that you asked me to run a LaCroix out to your sister because you didn't want to talk to your parents before the show. You were too nervous.
I was so nervous because my mother's humor is very, like, G. She's not into sex, drugs, swear words, borderline swear words that you are afraid of saying when you're a little kid, like sucks and stuff. Like, she's not a fan of any of that. This show was like, it's like pretty much a culmination of all the comedy stuff I've been hiding from her for all these years. And like, I've dropped out of college, I don't know, 3 times now. Like, there were a lot of reasons why I was like, this show has to, like, oh my god, my mom's gonna hate it and she's gonna think I'm this vulgar, horrible person and she's gonna disown me. But she actually liked it.
The first thing she said, I walked outside to talk to Adam, and then your mom caught me, and the first thing she said was, I'm so proud of Ellen. And I was like, I almost cried. I almost had like a little like tearful moment there.
Hey everyone, we have burlesque and drag performer Pixel Universe Felix Farms joining us. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
Hi.
No Colonel Sanders, I see.
No, the spirit gum would not have held, I think, long enough for a chat, so. I don't grow that goatee naturally.
Sure. Okay. So we're kind of just, we're just a real open chat tonight, sharing about whatever. You could talk about any fun or interesting parts of the process of the show, or if you got stuff other than the show on your mind, that's good to talk about too.
Well, when we did the original read through, is interesting because I was reading Mr. Skidham.
That is true, yeah.
And then I got a text when I was in the UP, and I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of words, but that would be very fun to work with Ellen.
Aww. What, you got a text from the UP when I asked you to switch roles, or?
Yeah, I was. Oh. We were up north, and I checked my phone, and I saw I had a message from you, and then I read it, and I was like, oh wow, that's a shift.
Well, I hope it didn't ruin your trip. And...
It didn't. It made me very excited.
Oh.
How could it ruin my trip?
I don't know, because you're like, my family was not a go up north kind of family growing up, so when I heard people like in elementary school being like, I'm going up north, like it sounded so glamorous and so relaxing. And like, so when I hear that you were up north, like I was just picturing you like in the zone, in the woods, and just then, oh, we got Betsy, everybody.
Betsy!
Yes!
See?
Where is Betsy? There's
Hello?
Betsy!
Look at those headphones. Hell yeah.
Alright, I can see everyone now.
I do have
Yeah.
a question for Pixel. And my question for Pixel is, how was it your first day of rehearsal? Because a lot of our viewers probably don't know that Pixel came in about a week before we opened because we had a medical emergency with our original Miss Brown. So Pixel very gracefully and wonderfully came in and took on this weird part. I just want to know, like, what your first impressions of the show were.
Oh, and they hopped off a plane. Like, they were taking a plane from, like, so, like, jet lag, I'm imagining, like, they're just coming to rehearsal later that day, yeah.
So I had a really early morning flight. I was in Austin, and I had one of those really cheap Spirit Airlines flights home. And so I had to be at the airport at like 4 a.m., something god awful. And so basically I landed, and I told Ellen, like, I'm going to be late to this rehearsal because I need a nap. So I took a nap and woke up and got there in time for the time I'd said I would be there. I think I told Alex that. And my first impression of the show, I mean, first of all, I was excited to do it because I'm like, I've worked with Ellen before in the sketch show she did previously with the Sketch 5 class. And so I was really excited to be a part of it. And then I was really excited to see what the show was all about, but it was also a lot of chaos because it was like, all right, we need to get to this choreography right now. And here's your M&M shell that's not really a costume yet. In fact, we can't put this on you yet, so let's just practice without it. So it was a lot of like trying to cram a whole lot of information in very quickly. But it was, but I was like, but I also finally got to see, you know, what the show was about in bits and pieces. And I just loved everyone's characters. I just felt really like honored to be a part of it. And also was processing a lot of chaos. So it was kind of a mixture of things.
Yeah, no, not just coming into a fight scene where there's kicking and screaming.
Well, I did want to shout you out, and I want to shout fellow cast member Miles out. I can't tell if y'all can see. I'm trying to find the picture of the original Miss Brown costume because it was before the two of them like saved the costume. It was really rough looking. Like I was trying to paint an M&M face on it, and it was the finished Miss Brown costume was absolutely beautiful and functioning.
Yeah. Miles wasn't Miles when they had the great idea to put the saucers together?
Yes.
For that?
Yes. Miles did think of the sled.
So Miles like went home
Genius.
and constructed the costume and like gave it its first like brown paint, and then like did like the shoulder straps, and then Farms took it home like the night before we opened and bedazzled it and put felt on it, and like it's, oh man, it's just sitting at the end like all lonely.
It's at the end.
It is kind of odd to think like so many things are just.
So is my black sweater.
So is my leather jacket that I can't wear in my home to feel cool.
I was using my Exxon.
It's going to be really sad when all this is over and we have to go to the black box and clean up GLAMWAY.
I know.
Yeah, we still have one weekend, right? Clean. But
we should just run it once just for fun.
I did the monologue the other day while I was in the shower.
No, that's more than me.
If anybody who's down to just run the show, I can have, like, I'm sure Chris will film it for us, just so we can at least go.
Yeah.
Once this is all done.
I would have loved to have submitted to the Women's Fest. See, I made the mistake of the guy that was coming to film it for me. He couldn't do it until the last weekend. Oh my god, what a mistake! I should have had this filmed like first or second weekend. but I was told by, well, I mean, some of y'all do work for the Women's Fest, that a video is necessary. So it's kind of like in a limbo. I still want to try to find a way to submit the show, but
we might be able to put together like a video of what we do have, because I know there is photos. We could put together like a what the show is about kind of video that we make from home. I think there's a lot of options here, and I think this goes towards anybody who's trying to submit to the Women's Festival. Is if you don't have an actual performance, I think that there's ways to put together a video that will work for a submission with like clips of what you have, or photos or testimonials. Have enough clips of the show. I think that we could put something together. Just idea.
Honestly, I felt like the most physical fit during the time of this show, and I'm so glad it's over because I am not shredded anymore, you guys.
Oh my god, I am so weak. I go for a walk and I'm exhausted.
I know. I was like really feeling beefy, and I've lost so much weight this quarantine because I'm too anxious to eat.
Oh, I'm doing a lot of bored eating. That's kind of my problem.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Did you guys know that popcorn sales are up by 40%?
Wow! If you have Rickenbacker, you're doing good.
Yeah, yeah. They don't talk about that in their marketing meetings, I bet.
I will say this: there were some nights that, and I don't want anyone to feel bad for me because I wrote this character, I did this to myself, but I was like afraid to perform because I knew how physical the show was.
Sometimes when you do something so physical, it's exhausting.
It is, but it was like a high. Like as soon as the show was over, it was like, I loved that. I'm tired, but I loved that.
Yeah, when you do a wall jump, it's really like
yeah, when you lift another adult woman. Definitely.
Now, when I was off stage, I would be like panting, I would like suck down a whole bottle of water, and I was like soaking wet with sweat. I then like maybe it was like the first night or the second night I did get scared, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I making everybody doing?
Yeah, shout out to my couch moving buddy Betsy, because
oh my god, you guys,
the couch, every transition was
it broke me.
I was gonna say I did it one time. That one Sunday that Betsy hurt herself, I moved the couch once, and I was like, oh.
I honestly loved it.
I did too. I think if you do it wrong once, you're mess it all up. So
yep.
Second weekend, I was massaging everybody. I've never been more happy to be a licensed massage therapist.
That's a good double job you got there, Alice. Being a doctor and a massage therapist.
It's funny because right before we did the show, I was listening to Ben Platt talk about when he was doing your Evan Hansen, and how he was like, oh, I had like a PT on hand, like after my shows, and they'd like stretch me and all of that stuff. Oh, and here we are like going through like the tech week, and I kept getting foot cramps, and I was like, I need a massage of my foot now.
And I'd be standing there like giving notes, but like with Caitlin's foot in my hand. I have never more felt like the coach from Cheer than
you are. No, when I made that clear, you are the Monica and Mike is the other coach, the more dramatic one.
If Mike understood this reference, he would not like it. He'd be
like, I like the character. Well, what is that character? He's a real life guy. What's his name? Capina or what? The other coach.
The guy with the black hair.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Mike wouldn't like to.
Yeah.
Why? He's a dedicated
Mike would want to be Monica.
But you're Monica. You are what was holding everyone together.
Fine on Obi.
Are we?
I think so.
It still says.
I don't know. We're on Facebook, Ted.
Good.
Still.
Mm-hmm. But I do hear some echo. Does somebody have their?
Not it.
No.
Okay, could just be a lag.
Yeah, stuff is offline, but now it's back.
My little box in the corner says we're going. Do we have
Perfect.
anyone? Has anybody got the this?
Yeah,
I've got Kate Holmes saying miles outside with the camera was one of my favorite goddamn parts.
Yes.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a hard one, being on stage, and I would constantly have my back like I was watching the screen so no one could see my face, but it was very hard because I would be looking at Ellen, but also looking at the TV, trying not to laugh so that Ellen wouldn't break.
Oh, hold on.
I have a spot that I stand in whenever I'm directing a show, and I stand right next to the booth in that little hallway, and I pace back and forth throughout the show, and I watch the audience. But when I was watching that part, I would never watch the TV because I would laugh too loud, and I was just staring at the audience to see their reaction.
That was definitely a fan favorite part. Do we have any questions from our lovely viewers? This is technically a Q&A.
Oh, I have a little battery.
Patty Rooney said Molly scaling the wall. Wowie wow.
Oh, thank you, Patty. Patty, did you? Thank you for coming to see the show, Patty. Where are you? I appreciate that. But a shout out to a few different people who actually helped make this show come to life in the rehearsal stages. We had Jen Horn, Patty Rudy, and Andrew Rior. We're all Jen and Patty were along for the ride on the read-through process, so they got to read and see the script before it was on the fourth draft or whatever draft we had that when we put on the show. So a big thanks to them. That was all the way back in, I want to say,
excuse me.
when did we first do the... It had to be like December when we first did a read-through.
Oh, I feel like it was earlier than that. Like November?
Yeah. We do
it
have
was
Sarah.
early because I think it was December.
What is so funny?
I put on some heavy lipstick. I thought someone would notice because all of a sudden I had very bold lip and I was like jealous of Alex and I'm like, oh, maybe no one will notice.
You look so good.
Thank you.
I really like your bold lip, Molly.
Thank you so much. I did read that this was a good way to prevent yourself from touching your face or touching your mouth.
I painted my nails in hopes that I'd stop biting them, and I have a little bit, but it's still such a bad habit.
Everybody,
sorry,
she's in the corner and her mic is muted, but Sarah has joined our chat.
Hi, Sarah.
You gotta unmute your mic, Sarah. We want to hear you talk.
I thought y'all mute me on purpose.
No, you muted yourself.
It's a self-muting
I have to be really
process.
silent when I come in.
No, make a grand entrance.
Is there a way I can see everybody on this? I know I'm 500 years old.
Okay, when you click the bottom right, right, there's 3 dots, and then you can say change layout, and you can choose from those. So they all kind of suck in their own ways. Each layout sucks.
Well, whatever I had before was horrible because I couldn't see anybody besides I didn't see myself, which is really important. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead. I got our YouTube pulled up. Let's take a look at the chat here.
I also will say that since we're all giggling right now, one of the hardest things to get through, which I didn't think would be possible, was getting through Molly's monologue at the end. Betsy and I were really struggling with that one. And Betsy's character, for anyone that saw the show, she smiles with like a dead smile, like a lot. So it was one of those things where she got to smile because she had a dead smile, but I didn't have that. And so I would look at Betsy and she would have a big smile. And then it would just turn into this thing where I was like church laughing and I was like hot and sweaty and like trying
and loved it when you would break though. I didn't love it when you would break, but the audience would love it when you would break. And they were all so nuts.
And in the gas station when Sarah had the wig on and the wig fell.
Yes. That is so funny.
And then we thought we were in the clear trying to keep it together. And then Sarah comes back for the fallen wig. I'm paying good money for this wig.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh gosh.
I the hardest time for me not to break was when I was on the couch and Ellen had to clap my feet together or touch my feet. And oh my god, like when I'm being tickled or if I think about being tickled and I'm not supposed to laugh, like it kills me. Like just thinking about getting tickled is like and then I get like this like little thing. Start to break.
So I'm just reading the comments on Facebook. Just
they wouldn't comment on my bullshit.
Dina asking, "Is this improv?" This is not improv. Sorry. We could, but this is that was like one thing I'd get a little bit salty about if people were like, "Oh, I'm excited to see your sketch show." I'm like, "Well, it's not a sketch show. It's a one-act."
It's not a sketch show.
I just appreciate anyone being excited for it. I was going to say something, but I totally forgot. So we were... Okay. Oh, when I would clap your feet together. Yeah, there are a lot of aspects of the show that we did not think about in a pre-corona world. I ate M&Ms off the floor. Yeah,
I ate M&Ms off your hand.
Yeah. Just a lot of, like, touching here and there. Wow, like, I don't know. Are these things going to change once we're back out into the wild?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ellen. I'll still eat an M&M off your hand.
Oh, thank you. I will. I'll sanitize it for you. But in all seriousness, like I just kind of trying to picture our lives in a post quarantine world.
Do you guys remember in South Park? It was like season 1, but they made a play that was like all politically correct, and everybody had to just wear brown. It was like a Christmas play.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, and they had to like bounce around and be like happy, 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 everybody. It'd be funny if there's like a thing like that, but it's like something about germs and it's like people in a garbage bag to just bounce around. Here you go, Ellen.
Like that, Molly.
Ellen, we have a question. Patty asked, were there any significant additions to the script after rehearsal started? Great question.
Yeah, hot question.
Yeah.
There was one line I can remember that stands out for me that Mike added, and that was when Sarah said, "I was that woman who fired her from the island." Mm-hmm. And that would get a laugh every night, and I loved that line. That's the one that stands out to me.
There definitely were changes once people got to get a feel for their characters and do their own things with their characters. And then this awkward dialogue that I had written into the script, little changes kind of changed, like more so like well, there's one example. I had a typo in the script, but we made it work. So there was a line where Molly is supposed to be saying like, "Oh, I'd go to these seminars," but I had written seminars in the script. And just like with the character that she developed through the rehearsal process. That was a typo, but Mike was like,
seminar on seminars.
No, but so Molly's character kind of had a bit of a southern accent because one night in rehearsal, she was looking at her phone. She was looking at like election results and had said, "You can go ahead and say it." You'd said.
I forgot. Oh yeah. I was looking at my phone. I was like cheering for Bernie. I'm like, come on, Bernie, and like
it was very funny. So Mike was like, "Yeah, just do that with your character." So then the character turned into southern.
Yeah, much easier then.
So when we got to that seminar line, Mike was like, "Well, why don't we just hear how it sounds if she just says seminar like a bunch of times?"
Seminar.
It worked. So changes like that happen that I would not have thought of on my own. Because like when I was reading the script in my head, it was kind of like just a bunch of me's reading the line, you know. So once you actually get actors reading the stuff that you wrote, it just takes it to a whole new level of like funny, and it's very fun to watch what people bring to their parts, because you definitely like coming into the show, writing it, and then taking a step back and not really directing it. Like I was technically listed as a director, but it was all Mike and Alex and Chris. I didn't do any direction. It was definitely fun to see where the characters that were in my head and how like much more they came to life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there were a lot of like things that like that were like, whether they were added or whatever, I just think that everyone brought like their own flavor, and so things like ended up changing, but it was fun to watch all of the like ideas that you had that were written and like putting them to the stage, like with the camera and the TV, like using all of that tech stuff was really fun to like, we talked about it, but then it was like, well, is this really going to happen? Like, can this really work? And then to like see it happen and really work was very fun.
I mean, I'm glad we pulled it off. I mean, it's a very tech-heavy show. And I don't know about
Rooney asked in the comments. She asked me what it was like ADing such a physical show, and that kind of goes into what we're talking about right now. For me, ADing this show, having it be so physical, was very difficult because I've AD'd a lot in the past, but I would just be making really simple charts where I could easily write down where people move to. But when you're writing down and blocking a whole dance number, it's really, really hard. So luckily I had Chris, who was technically the assistant to the assistant director, and me and Chris would both be writing down blocking notes for that. So in our scripts, we do have an entirely written out, line by line, step by step version of both the dance and the fights. So if anybody wants to remember the dance and the fight, I do have them meticulously laid out.
I will never forget either of those.
I do it every day in the morning.
Yes.
I mean, running for 2.5 minutes, that was, I was embarrassed in the beginning how out of shape I was. But like I said, I was shredded by the time the show went on.
How about we have you do that? I was like, Mike, do you hate these women? Do you hate them? Why are you having fun?
Oh my God, that was so physical, those rehearsals. They were long days.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny too, because when we started doing the fight scene, we were like working through the choreography, and I was like, oh, I don't know, Molly's small, like wouldn't it be funny if she like kicked? And then when we did it 5 times in a row, full force, and I carried Molly every single time, I was like, wow, this is definitely gonna be hard. But then it wasn't. It was just doing it 5 times in a row.
Would y'all be okay to read another script I write someday?
Yes.
For you.
It won't be as
I would for you.
I only ask because I don't want this process to be like, oh, Alan's last show was there was a lot of fighting and we all
we love it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Would y'all want to read a script I have written right now?
Oh.
No, you don't want to do
Nice,
that.
nice.
Sight reading?
Yeah, why not? Hey, let's
Go crazy.
She's
see.
spinning. Is anyone
I've
else
never
watching
good
Molly?
at reading.
We're not working.
Really
It's
tying that together.
But before we go any further, Sarah put something pretty humorous here in the group chat. I wish she would unmute her mic and read it aloud for the class to hear, please.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. So apparently, Google Meet has closed caption. So I just was clicking buttons and trying to figure this thing out. And when we were talking about the seminar line, it had Caitlin Salmon are sitting in our seminars and keep picturing those.
Aww. My cats love that. Phil just walked by. I don't know where he went.
That's so sweet.
Oh gosh.
Y'all don't have to do this, but I am curious because this is like the first thing I've written in a while that kind of has legs that could maybe turn into another one act, and I would be honored if any of you were to read the meek writing that I have right now. And see.
You want us to do a table read?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta
Absolutely.
put my spectacles on. And I do apologize if we do this. I'm not very good at on spot reading.
No, it's
Why
okay.
did your whole accent change though when you said I apologize.
So
Joe's not readings.
I don't want to bump in. I know Sarah also has a stream where writers and readers come together and present their new works that they're working on. So you could definitely plug the show as I pull up the script here for everyone.
Oh yeah, it's a new show. We've only done it once, but it's gonna be a lot better the next time. It's called The Writer's Block with Sarah and friends. So yeah,
I saw that.
Friends, actor friends, friends that like to read, friends that like to write. We just wanted to get everybody together to do them. If you have an excerpt of a screenplay or a play, just a regular play, sketches, send it to PDF format to me. Just email me or send me a message. sarah.e.wilder@gmail.com. So yeah. The next show will be April 8th, Wednesday.
Marketing.
Hell yeah.
Marketing your Google calendars now. And submit your stuff. I know you all watching are other creative folks in the improv community, and you all have great ideas. But speaking of my great idea that I have, so I have this idea for a show about a ska band that thinks they're chosen by God to like deliver messages from God to the world.
Ellen, I love this.
Through ska.
Can I play the trumpet?
The trumpet guy is like the straight man, and the front man is like, he's not very godly, but he still thinks he's like the Jesus, and he's always like putting him down. But
so there is a trumpet player.
Right now it just says there is a trombone player. If you'd like, I only have a page and a half written. I shared it in the chat.
Oh, okay. So I have to read it on my phone. Okay.
I love this, Ellen.
All right.
Ellen, here's a fun fact about me. I was going to have to pick an instrument as a kid. And I wanted to play the drums, but the drums wasn't an option. So I wanted to play the trumpet because I wanted to play in a ska band, but I was like 7 years old.
Ska bands are cool. I will admit, I do like some ska. To all my ska fanatics in the chat, show yourselves. Where y'all sitting at? Any real big fishers? Let's reel them in. Maybe
Oh
they're
yeah, less than Jake.
sitting with Big D at the kids' table.
I remember that band.
Shout out to Go Comedy's own Tiffany Baxey, who also plays the trumpet. Thank you for watching. And
Wow, Tiffany, you play
Hi.
the trumpet.
you could be in my play
Hi.
about the Christian ska band. So.
It's a Christian ska band?
Oh, even better. Bless you.
It's a Christian ska band because I
good.
was listening to music by a real Christian ska band, and then I Googled Christian ska bands, and there are a lot. So maybe I won't make you read the script, I'll just read off the names of these Christian ska bands.
I want to hear about these.
I want to hear this.
Let's see. The one that really stuck out to me was a band called B.O.B., Bunch of Believers.
Oh,
And
oh my god.
their like album cover, it's like South Park animation. So
Oh,
here.
POD was a band.
Yeah, but they weren't ska.
But this is B.O.B., Bunch of Believers. And I feel like y'all are... Here we go.
Sorry.
If you were to see the chat, I'm pulling them up now. They are real. It's a ska world is their album. Bunch of Believers.
Oh, good.
Well,
And I'm feeling good.
anyway, that's all I'm working on right now. Does anyone else got anything that they're currently writing? I've been forcing myself to write for 30 minutes a day.
Good for you. I'm gonna. Oh.
We're in ASMR chat.
That's what I'm working on.
Just casually sipping your sparkling water.
Excuse me, I'm used to real life. I'm so sorry.
I'm used to real life.
Oh god.
Sweaty. Onward. Sorry.
I have a thing I wanted to say. So I got my first directing gig.
Good.
Yeah.
Where?
At the end. This was before the pandemic happened, and the show is supposed to open in April. But we'll see what happens. But it's a script that Devin Rose and I wrote.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's called What If Guitars and Skateboards Was Illegal? And it's about if guitars and skateboards was illegal.
Well, shout out to Devin. I know he came out, saw the show, and had a lot of nice things to say about GLAMWAY. So we look forward to seeing this world of illegal guitars and skateboarding. The two coolest things, I might add. What kind of world would that be?
Not a world I want, baby.
No.
I want to get my hands on the script, so please, if Devin's cool with it, send it to me, because I want to read it. Where was I, y'all? Now I can't stop thinking about Christian ska bands.
I keep on thinking about the POD song.
I can't
saw
stop
POD
thinking
once.
about Molly drinking water.
Sorry, that sound is like burned in your brains. I'm so sorry.
It's so loud.
This mic is like ASMR.
It is.
I did play with Matt's microphone the other day, and I was messing with the sounds, and it is so fun.
Are you gonna make an ASMR podcast?
I might. I was a long time ago. I thought of a PMSMR one where you just like ripped a pad open, or like all these sounds were just things related to
I love
feminine
that.
products, making like noises and stuff, and crinkling the packaging.
I love
Like that.
it.
PSMR.
All right, well, we're almost at the 9 o'clock hour here on the GLAMWAY chat. And for those who've been watching since 8 p.m., I do appreciate that. You've been watching us all kind of catch up with each other and share stories of our personal lives.
Guys.
Yes.
Bradley Carter on YouTube says, I loved Real Big Fish. I play trumpet.
Oh, looks like we got a band. Well, I know Betsy plays bass, so we have a bass player.
Can I be one of those random dancing people at the ska band?
I was just about to say.
I'll just be the hype person.
We need, like in Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, there was a member of the band who just danced, so that could definitely be you.
I keep on thinking of that song too.
Yeah, they're in Clueless. They're the band at the after party. Patty Rooney said, "What do you hope people will take away after seeing this show?"
Well, if they see the show, because it is out of my brain. I know that eventually we'll have a restaging. So I'm going to stay positive on that one. What would I want people to take away after seeing the show? Just understand that capitalism makes people do weird stuff.
And sometimes people just want friends.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to, Sean Hanlon's very big on, like, the world ending and all, like, it's always peppered into his shows.
I wonder how he's doing in all this.
Oh, yeah. We should get Andy.
Has anyone heard from Sean Hanlon? Is he okay?
But this is my version of that. There's always, like, a hint of, like, classism and capitalism, anti-capitalism in my stuff. It's just so imprinted in my brain.
Well, I like what at least like as I had to read the script before the show and stuff, obviously, I went and I researched pyramid schemes, especially with LuLaRoe and stuff, and I learned a lot about pyramid schemes in general. So I feel like the show helped me learn about this world that is so bizarre, and I didn't know that much about it. And then, like, I think from that, like, Alex posted something in our group chat from John Oliver and their segment on it, and it is something cool that no one's really talking about, and it is very relevant. So
pyramid schemes could be just as big as the Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What I've noticed now is because of the pandemic, I've lost both of my jobs. So I've been going back into the job market, which is something I haven't done in a long time. And right now, more than ever, pyramid schemes are trying to grasp onto people. Like, just looking up work from home jobs, I saw at least 5 different pyramid schemes try to be like, come work for our company. And I'm like, I have your number, guys. So even now more than ever, they're out and they're blood hungry, honey.
They are.
Honey.
They're COVID hungry, honey.
I don't think so, honey.
No.
For anyone who listens to baristas out there.
Oh, yes, honey. You know I am an LC fan, darling.
So, quick interruption. It looks like Miles has joined the chat.
Yes.
Can you see me, though?
No.
Can you hear me at least?
Yes.
Or,
square.
I know, it's kind of scary on my end.
You have to turn the camera on.
I allowed it to see my information. Okay, the FBI can watch me now. I just don't know what happened. Oh, it's just like the show. You cover it up.
There you are.
Hi.
There she is. Miles, can you just say my favorite line of yours from the show, which is "Come on, Miss Brown"?
No
Please?
way.
Just
I'm
one time.
retired.
What do you got there? What are you eating?
Oh, it's water.
Oh, okay. Ah, good for you. I want a nice snack.
I had a biscuit.
Miles has been cooking. Miles has been cooking, and her Instagram is very funny. I've been laughing at it a lot.
It's been really stupid. Yeah, I've been very bored.
You guys, I saw Miles on Pi Day because Miles and I had a surprise for everybody. We went in on some pies together because it was Pi Day, and I couldn't get out of the pie order. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to try to get out of the pie order because I like pie.
It was delightful. We ate all of the pie.
So I went to Sister Pie. I got 2 pies. I went to Miles' house. We split the pies in half, and then we parted ways.
Sure did.
Was this the last human interaction you had before?
Shut down, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was the morning we canceled the shows. Friday morning,
No, it would have
Saturday
been the
morning.
Sunday. And
Saturday.
I remember the day the shows
Saturday?
were canceled.
So we canceled it? I thought we canceled on Friday because I was at work and stuff. And I
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember.
we canceled.
Yeah, we were on
canceled
Friday. Canceled.
I woke up to the group chat because like I tend to work late, sleep in kind of deal. Maybe like 10 a.m. I wake up and like the group chat's like, how are people gonna get refunds? And I'm like, like half awake, not really fully processing everything that was going on. It was a very turbulent morning for me. I felt anger. I did. Like I really was angry, and you know the way I put it to Mike was like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at the cast. But I am mad, and I have a right to be mad. Like, because I'm not gonna change how I feel. Like I was gonna film this weekend. Like this is kind of like the first big yes I've really had in like the 7 years I've been doing this, and like it felt odd to just have it all over in that moment. And I was very moody on Facebook that day. I know y'all remember, but I just immediately got into like it was hard to jump out of it, but then I just went completely numb to the situation. And I haven't really felt anything about it since, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to bring down the mood or anything, but
I think the first time though that I really realized that this whole pandemic was real is when we canceled GLAMWAY, because in the group chat we were all like, no, we're gonna power through, we're gonna do it no matter what. We were all gung-ho about it, and then when we decided to finally cancel the show, I'm like, okay, this thing is like huge, like this is gonna be life altering for everybody, because we were so determined to do the show that when the show ended, I'm like, okay, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, like I really don't want it to be like a mood bringer downer, but that morning I went from fury to just completely numb, and it's been numb ever since, and it's just been like my life is so different from that morning onward. It just immediately changed. I'm back at, you know, a job that I had left years ago, and that's kind of like my life right now. Is just working that job, and like there's really no end to when this will all be over. So, any plans I had, they're just like, who cares, you know? Like I've gotten more psychotic online, but that's about it. Those are like I
think we all have
too much.
Yeah,
we're all living vicariously, like on the internet, like real.
Right, we're just a
now.
persona now.
Or like every time I start to be like, am I being annoying? I'm like, I'm literally watching other people do exactly what I'm doing. Like, now I'm brushing my hair. And
right,
I'm like,
it's
oh,
not
wow.
worse. There were 3 birds on my porch this morning. Like that's it. That's all these people have to say with me.
Like,
Here's my
I
dog
am riveted.
Hey, all you big cats and kittens, it's Miles, and here's my dog Gus taking a shit in my backyard.
I love it. Like I'm watching other people live, and I love it.
Yeah,
Tiger King. Has anyone watched it?
Yeah, who hasn't watched
Well, wait,
it?
quick backpedal on
I've
Tiger
got the last
King.
2 episodes.
We can get to Tiger King, but quick backpedal to older Netflix show that everyone was freaking out about, The Circle, which we're living right now.
We're in the circle.
We're in the circle.
Wait, what? Well,
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know.
Watch
I have not watched
Netflix. It is so. Does everyone remember like original like terrible reality shows like Flavor of Love?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, the closest thing that has come out recently to Flavor of Love. And
oh my gosh, yes.
It's like Survivor, but all online. And it's just like Instagram models and apartments. And for some reason, it is so good.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't, it's
worst reality television, but it's so good.
But that's like, I stopped watching reality television and then I watched Love is Blind and I couldn't stop. And I truly hate Jessica, but I love her and I hate her.
I have nothing because I know that this will turn into another 2 hours of how much I despise Barnett and Amber. They make me so uncomfortable.
I don't know.
I can't. They just look like, okay, go ahead and picture like the guy that bullied you in middle school. That's Barnett.
Yeah, he's Barnett.
That
Yeah,
is.
Barnett is
Barnett.
garbage.
Picture the person who made you make a jar of fake barf out of salsa and toothpaste, and then you dumped it all over the bathroom floor in 7th grade because that's how badly you didn't want to go to school.
Oh no!
Wow, that was really sad.
What? That's a real thing. I did that. That was my go-to, like, if I didn't want to go to school that day.
Here's the thing. I used to just accidentally throw up when I was anxious.
Oh my God.
So did my brother. Or he ate too many chicken nuggets. The jury's still out on that one.
But Barnett is exactly who he was in 7th grade is who he still is now.
Why does everybody like him? And he plays the ukulele. He is ever.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
God, I hate
They
that man.
were loving it.
I just want to say though that Giannina is everything I want to be. Like I want to be that amount of chaotic.
Does she get that bad? Because I had to stop at the episode when Damien's like, I just want to escape from reality. And she's like, look at me. How bad can they be?
Wait, Ellen,
when you say this is the best sex you've ever had, I don't say the same thing.
Ellen, did you get to when they lived together?
No.
Oh
Ellen,
my God, you have to.
They live together? What kind of fucked up show is this?
Love is Blind.
Oh God. See that I saw the trailer and I was like, no. And that
you
is
have
bad.
to. You have
No way.
Apparently
No way,
it's magic. Everybody loves it. So get on board, Miles.
I watched Tiger King. That was fine.
All right, we can
This
move on
just
to
sounds
Tiger
worse.
Because we've all.
So who thinks that Carol killed her husband? That's what I want to know.
She did. She did.
I think for good reason, though. I think.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. There's never a bad reason to kill your husband. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think he deserved it, and I think she's a good guy. As twisted as her story is, and she doesn't pay her workers. It's just
they should have tested that meat grinder.
They did.
No, I thought they didn't. They were like, no, it's just meat in there, and they didn't test it.
I don't think they said they tested. They like had interest in it, but they didn't test it, or
the daughters, his daughters were like, test the meat grinder, and then the police were like, no.
I
don't know how it went down.
My friend who's a lawyer, I was talking to her about this, and she said that she doesn't think that she killed her, but she thinks that she did tamper with the will. And I'm like, I for sure think she tampered with the will, but did she kill him?
Yes, honey. There's darkness in those crazy eyes. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but...
I know.
Dude, that's true. Her eyes, right? They're not there.
My impression of Carol.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me scroll back
if
over.
You want to be
see life on the planet.
Hey, big
oh my
cat.
God, it's Molly.
Hey,
it's
cat.
scary.
Yeah, it's like this. That's Carol.
Carol is probably a good look into my future.
You want to have 90 tigers?
My life took a hard left when GLAMWAY closed, so post-COVID Ellen is going to be a real wild card.
I don't know. That's like
all my dreams are gone. Yeah, you know how weird that is to like. In the back of your mind, you're always like, well, at least I'm dreaming about this. This is going to be my life. But COVID has put such a hard stop on everything, and it's going to be such a big thing to readjust to.
Oh, it's never going to be the
I don't have
honey.
my dreams anymore. I'm being honest. I'm just like they're temporarily shut off. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if
canceled
your
AF.
dreams are to be on stage, there's no stages, so
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
all gone.
Anyway, not to end that on a lower, dumb, bad note, but I think this is a good place to wrap up the stream. We could most certainly carry on the conversation off camera. But if you'd like to all go around and maybe just share one thing that you're looking forward to like get done during the quarantine, or just a memory you have from the show, just go around. Feel free to share it, and then we definitely will continue the Tiger King talk off camera. But anyone is welcome to join us. I can send you the Google Hangout link if you want to talk Tiger King. But on that note,
all I have to say is, come on, Miss Brown.
There we go.
I've got my dukes up.
Or definitely plug whatever online streams that you're doing. I know we're involved in different communities, such as like drag and music. So let us know where we could see you next.
I have decided today that I'm going to do a self-massage live stream where people can ask me questions about what pains they're having in their body, and I can walk them through tutorials about how to self-massage areas that are hurting them. So if anybody has any pains or issues that they're having that they would like me to teach them how to self-massage on, I'm a licensed massage therapist, and I'm going to be doing a live stream probably this week. So hit me up with questions now.
Put your Cash App in the corner too, because that's definitely
my Cash App is at Alex Mites. My Venmo, Alex knows it all.
I mean, when you do your video, make sure you have it like in the corner, because I would want to donate somebody to have some of that knowledge passed to me. So, thank you, Alex. Molly, looks like you're next, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm a licensed speech therapist. I don't even need my help.
Her
eyes. If you do end up doing a stream, passing on your knowledge of speech therapy, I do have a bit of a lisp, so I would love to.
You don't. I'd know it.
Okay. Okay, but I do this thing where like sometimes I'll say like GLAMWAY, like I really had to control it, but casual yet classy women's clothing. I couldn't say that line. And some days there was
casual yet classy women's clothing.
There was one night. There was one night it came out as casual yet clashy. Like it was really bad. So
yeah. Well, it's more of a tongue twister. That's not your fault.
All right. Well, good to know.
Yeah. But it is annoying me because sometimes I see voice videos of people doing voice stuff, and it really bothers me because they're giving ill-advised things. So if anything's wrong with your voice, let me know.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you were to put like a 15-minute video together, like we're all performers, like we could all.
What the hell?
No, I'm just bitter in the corner. I'll get over it.
Obviously. So much emotion.
Oh God.
So cute.
Who would like to go next?
Okay. Hi, my name is Betsy. I don't have any goals except to survive because
that's a good goal.
Okay, honestly, no, let's be real. Like I cry a lot in the mornings right now, and today I didn't cry, so I think that's good. Yeah. It's just like the weight of like Groundhog Day every day. Like some days I wake up and I feel very like listless or something. But then I'll like go for a walk and I feel better. So my goal is to like try to stay, sane in a way. I don't know. I don't want to like commit to anything else.
Yeah. Stay human.
It's already like I like put it. I like wrote some cheesy Facebook status on one of the first days of the quarantine, like keeping yourself company is already a full-time job. Like it's
yeah.
It's a lot to ask people to do creative stuff on top of trying to navigate everything that's going on.
And shout out to everybody who lives alone, because that
me. It's
difficult.
me. I'm the
Yeah.
one.
Shout out, girl.
Yeah, for seriousness.
I would probably. I'm like a very I don't live with people I date. I have to live alone. So if I were with someone else, I'd probably murder them. So it's probably better this way, you know. Don't be scared. It's fine.
No, I am scared I'm going to accidentally murder Jason by giving him COVID. That's kind of a fear of mine.
Yeah. I'm worried about going to the grocery store by myself and then coming back and giving it to him. So I'm like, come with me. That way
we both.
I don't have to feel that guilt. Get it.
Oh
my god. And I might feed him to a tiger.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm scared I'm going to accidentally feed Jason to a tiger. I don't...
Oh no, I fed him to a tiger.
Whoops.
Because of my disappearance.
I will say that I was extremely nervous to do this show only because this was the most lines I've ever had in a show. I think, well, I don't know. Who Run the World was pretty long, but this was just a lot of dialogue in a small amount of time. And I didn't think I was going to pull it off. And I was very nervous that I was going to fuck it all up. But it came together and I loved the challenge, and it made me very thirsty to want to continue to push myself. So I thank you for that, Ellen.
Thanks. You did not fuck it up. There was only one night I could think of where it seemed like you forgot a line, but it was like the best thing ever because it was the night that my parents were there, and it was the line.
You fucked up,
No, you were wonderful, and I really do love that you had to change roles throughout the process, and you adapted really well, and you said yes to all these weird things, but it was the line about it's like the crossover episode of Everybody Loves Raymond and King of Queens.
Bad when I lost it.
And you just couldn't remember King of Queens. That's fine. But then Miles whispered from backstage, "King of Queens."
She did.
And then but my parents didn't notice. They didn't notice at all. So
so mad.
They just love the tip of the hat to the two shows that they watch the most. Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens, and it's such a fun memory of mine now. I don't know. It's just one.
Really like the shows that you picked because those were some of the most depressing shows to reference. I love that.
Well, that's the stuff I was watching when I was still living at home with my parents. So, yeah. But no, you did not fuck it up at all. Nobody in the show fucked anything up. Did we lose Miles? I don't.
Yeah, she left as soon as she said her "Come on, Miss Brown" line.
Oh, okay. Well,
we have very important things to be doing right now, guys.
And shout out to Andy too. I know who's not on the chat. And shout out to Mike and Chris and
Kelly.
Are we still on the thing?
Kelly.
Are we still on the thing?
We're still streaming.
Yeah.
Are
we still on the thing? Are we still on the thing?
Yeah. Would anyone like to go next?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
I just.
Sorry, Farms.
It's all right. It's all right. I just wanted to let everyone know that my next burlesque show, we're doing a digital stream of the Michigan Regional Burly Pick Solid Gold competition.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what I was doing before the stream was trying to get some good video of the Colonel, COVID-19 style. So I made some adjustments to the act based upon some of the hand washing standards that are going on. So anyone who wants to watch that, it's $5. We'll give you the link. You get to see all of the burlesque acts that are turned in from the comfort of your couch. And yeah, it's a great Saturday night. So check that out.
Yes. Snaps for that. That's great.
Hell yeah. I'm doing a live stream on Friday with the Friends group again.
Oh, nice.
I think it's at 8, maybe 9. It's Friday night.
It's not hard. It's hard to keep track of the things that it's harder to put it in your brain.
Yeah.
because you don't go anywhere. You just have
Yeah,
to
right.
Or you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I could just watch it later. You know, I like to
And then I
listen to the
forget.
streams at work. You know. When you see Andy at your stream, tell her we miss her tonight, and
I will.
ask her to respond to my message because I watched your first stream and she had talked about her crazy poison days, and I was like, wow, Andy, you are so cool. You hung out with poison, and then I never got a message back. So I just hope I didn't annoy her or anything.
Oh no, she probably just got distracted. But yeah, you should listen to her after improv episode if you haven't, from a long time ago. She talks a lot about those bands and stuff.
Nice. That's right up my alley. That's how I want to live my life. I can't just hang out with bands when I'm in quarantine. Bands. Ugh. Sarah, you didn't get to go yet. Tell us your plans.
I've been sneak eating cheese sticks this entire time.
You don't gotta sneak that. Just eat it freely. Eat it proud.
Yes. Come on, cheese sticks.
Come on, cheese sticks.
I don't really have any other goals except for trying to dive more into Spanish because I want to get paid more at my job.
Nice.
And I started binge watching Cheers.
Hell yeah!
Hey.
We just
When I blanked
I
out.
can do it too.
Yeah. What name did I say? It wasn't Ted Danson. It was somebody, and I blanked out and said a name. I'm like, no. Like you just have to binge it. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So we got a lot on our quarantine schedule. We all got to get on top of binging Cheers so we can all talk about it. We all got to get into the Christian ska band Bunch of Believers and discuss their albums. What else?
Hell yeah.
That's our goals for the quarantine. Well, it was fun to chat with y'all, and I would love to continue this off camera, but we will be saying goodbye to the stream world. Thank you for tuning in, and keep watching stuff on the Planet Ant channel. All right. Bye.
Or off the thing.